Do you know what the definition of a colonialist is? A colonialist was someone, or a country, it really wasn't a someone, it was a country that decided to put economic oppression on another country. That's essentially colonialism. They went somewhere, they said, no, we don't believe you're doing right, and oh, we like your resources, so we're going to use the resources to the benefit of us and not to the benefit of you. That's pretty much colonialism summed up. It's a very simplistic definition. It's not the ultra defined colonialist definition that you'll find in the dictionary or in the encyclopedia, but it gives you an idea of what colonialism is. Can you believe that colonialism is happening today? Yes. And it's happening in the state of Connecticut and the state of New York right now. It's really not colonialism, it's just being disguised as this thing called eco-colonialism. And so the state of Connecticut and the state of New York have decided that they are going to put legislation in place, regulations in place, and they're being a little smarter about it because now they're starting to put the exemption in from a federal perspective when it comes to the Endangered Species Act. So the state of New York and the state of Connecticut have taken it upon themselves to become eco-colonialists, just like the state of California did. And what they're doing is they are deciding that they are going to ban the import and possession of certain iconic African species. So what they're saying is that we are going to promulgate an oppressive economic regime on African nations that rely on those resources to generate some sort of economic benefit for the national government as well as the locals on the ground. So I wonder if the constituents of the senators of the state of Connecticut that voted 30-3 to move it out and into the House, the senators in the state of New York that voted to move it onto the floor of the House of Assembly, I wonder if their constituents know that for the majority white, upper-class, privileged individuals that live in Connecticut and New York are oppressing African people in African countries thousands of miles from where they live and have probably never stepped foot in those countries. What would the constituents say to that kind of platform? I highly doubt that these senators have put it in their platform speeches when they are garnering votes that they are going to oppress African nations. I apologize for being so angry, but it's this attitude that says, we know better, we know better. Well, no, you don't. All you have to do is ask the experts. They're non-biased when it comes to hunting. Just ask them. Ask the IUCN whether hunting is a detriment to these 6 African species that you are trying to put some sort of regulation on. And the answer is no. Why? Because they understand that hunting protects the #1 threat to those species, and that's habitat loss. So what are you going to do about it? You're going to ban hunting. You're going to ban the people from bringing and importing and possessing these animals that are providing some sort of economic benefit to the ground in Africa. What are you going to do about it? You're going to pass this law, then what? You're going to set up a fund to protect habitat in Africa? Because that's what we're going to hold you accountable to. Actually, this is what I'm going to do. If you do manage to pass these 2 laws, I will make it a personal mission of mine to go to these areas that are going to lose hunting revenues, and I'm going to show you what you just did. I'm going to speak to the people that just lost their jobs. That is what I promise that I will deliver to you. In this digital space that we live in, we will promulgate it as far and as wide as we possibly can, and we will make it known that it was because of your laws that economic benefit wasn't being accrued on the ground anymore. I guess just shame on you, man. Shame on you, the fact that you have the audacity to decide the fate of other countries when you've got such problems on the ground in your own states. I will offer this. You want to go see what hunting does for people? Any of the senators in New York, any of the senators in Connecticut, I will take you. We have people on the ground that will allow you to see what the benefit is. Take me up on that offer. We will take you. If you've watched this far, you need to share this message. Share it and amplify the voice so that everyone can see and hear and understand what is happening. That's the only way for our voice to get louder. Thank you. We're humbled that you're here. We're grateful for your support.